doesn't have a social media yet. He's not interested in it.
Although we saw a lot of Barron Trump when Donald Trump ran for president in 2016, Barron seemed to disappear from the spotlight pretty much right after Donald entered the White House. But what actually happened to him? The reason why he's not really seen anymore is seriously shocking. The crazy rumors started during Donald's first Christmas as president. In 2017, the official White House Christmas card was made public. Comments started appearing on social media, and the biggest question was, where was Barron? He was the first son after all, and the only one of Donald's kids to be living in the White House. The Christmas card showed Donald and his wife Melania holding hands. They were posing in front of a door in the White House, surrounded by American flags and Christmas decorations. Donald had on a tuxedo, Melania wore a long black formal dress. It was like they were going to a party, and it seemed like Barron wasn't invited. While that was one of the first times people noticed Barron was missing, the last time that Barron was a no-show was even more shocking. January 20, 2021 was a big moment in the country's history. We watched Donald boarding Air Force One. On that day, he was leaving the White House at the end of his 4-year presidency. Donald gave a speech before he boarded the plane, and everyone in his immediate family was there to witness it, including his other sons, Donald Jr. and Eric, and his daughters Ivanka and Tiffany. Melania was by Donald's side, so where was Barron? Shockingly, Barron was even missing as everybody left the White House. That's crazy, and it actually broke a tradition. Throughout modern history, we've always watched the entire family leaving the White House together when a president's time in office was over, but not Barron. After years of wondering where Barron was, this moment was the most suspicious of all. There were so many rumors about Barron's disappearance during Donald's presidency, and one of the most shocking rumors was that Barron was being hidden to keep him out of harm's way. This crazy rumor started at the beginning of Donald's time in office, but it got more serious in 2019. This was when Donald was facing impeachment. During the official impeachment hearings, a witness named Professor Pamela S. Carlin made a shocking comparison. The professor was trying to explain that Donald was an elected president. He was not a king who had powers to do whatever he wanted. Pamela said that Donald could name his son Barron, but he could never make his son an actual Barron. When Barron's name got dragged into the impeachment controversy, it reportedly caused his mom Melania to react in a crazy way. Melania felt she had to defend her only child on social media. She took to Twitter with a shocking takedown of the professor. She wrote, "A minor child deserves privacy and should be kept out of politics. Pamela Carlin, you should be ashamed of your very angry and obviously biased public pandering and using a child to do it." While Pamela did apologize for what she said, some sources believe that shining a negative spotlight on Barron finally sent Melania over the edge. Barron was only 10 years old in 2017 when he became the only child of a president who is currently living in the White House. And reportedly, he was overwhelmed by the whole experience. It became public knowledge that Melania was trying to protect her son as much as she could. She made sure that Barron kept a low profile. So low that people even wondered if Barron was actually living in the White House. Then, a shocking report was released by CNN. CNN claimed that Melania and Barron were not living in the White House with Donald. Unbelievably, Melania was reportedly still living in the Trump Tower penthouse in New York City. Allegedly, Melania was doing this to protect Barron. CNN reported that Barron would remain in New York City with Melania so that he could finish the school year. Sources claim that Melania thought this would be less disruptive for Barron. It was also reported that Barron had a whole floor to himself in the Trump Tower penthouse. Sources claim that Melania had an unbelievable name for it. Allegedly, she called it Barron's living room. While Melania's shocking decision to remain in New York was seen as a temporary solution, the taxpayers in New York City had a more shocking controversy to deal with. According to a CNN Money report, it cost more than $1 million a day to provide security for the Trump family in Manhattan. After Barron finally moved into the White House, he was sent to a private school in Potomac, Maryland. The school is called St. Andrew's Episcopal, and it was a shocking move to send Barron there. That's because it also broke a long tradition. For decades, every child of a president would attend a school called Sidwell Friends, but not Barron. There was also nothing stopping Donald's critics from making baseless claims about Barron. Comedian and outspoken talk show host Rosie O'Donnell even insisted that Barron was autistic because he acted so quiet and shy. Although Rosie's claim started another Barron rumor, her claims were never proven to be true. But the rumors about Barron's alleged autism continued, and another even crazier comment got directed at Barron by a staff writer for Saturday Night Live. This writer's name is Katie Rich, and during Donald's inauguration in 2017, Katie tweeted something shocking about Barron. She joked online that Barron would be the country's first homeschool shooter. Katie's unbelievable and disturbing joke about Barron received swift backlash. Even though Katie apologized, she got suspended from her job indefinitely, and the White House was forced to react. The White House press department released a statement that read, "It is a long-standing tradition that the children of presidents are afforded the opportunity to grow up outside of the political spotlight. The White House fully expects this tradition to continue. We appreciate your cooperation in this matter." As Donald's shocking presidency unfolded, we learned unbelievable details from behind the scenes. Insiders claim that Donald and Melania lived separate lives. In 2019, an unauthorized biography got published. It was called Free, Melania. The author is also a journalist, and her name is Kate Bennett, and Kate's book about Melania alleged some shocking things. Although Melania's rep claimed that Kate's allegations were false, Kate claimed that Donald and Melania lived in separate areas of the White House, and Barron lived mostly with Melania. While Melania has definitely been the most protective person in Barron's life, Donald has also stepped up to defend his youngest son in the past. During the first full year of Donald's presidency, the very outspoken comedian Kathy Griffin decided to protest, but Kathy's stunt backfired, and it landed her in hot water with both Republicans and Democrats. She posted a graphic and disturbing video and some pictures featuring Donald. Sources claim that Donald flew into a rage, and although Donald was angry for himself, he also claimed that 11-year-old Barron was allegedly traumatized by the pictures and video. It might seem like Barron had the worst time growing up in the White House, but sometimes he was actually seen having a little bit of fun. When the DC United soccer team visited the White House in 2017, Barron got photographed in his soccer uniform and shin guards. He was seen practicing his moves on the White House lawn. Barron also speaks 3 languages according to his mom Melania. He can hold a conversation in Melania's native language, Slovenian, and Barron is also fluent in French as well as English. When Donald famously tested positive for COVID-19 in September 2020, Melania reported that she and Barron had become infected too. Although Melania suffered through her illness, Barron reportedly showed very little symptoms, which I'm sure the family was happy about. Because Barron has been photographed so infrequently over the years, you might be shocked to see him now. Barron has gotten really tall. Some sources claim that he is currently 6 feet 6 inches tall, and because he's still a teenager, Barron could grow even taller. It's claimed that Barron might even reach 6'10" one day. Overall, Barron seems to have gotten through those shocking years in the White House without too much personal drama. And whatever happens with Donald's political goals, hopefully Barron can keep his low profile, because he seems to appreciate life outside the spotlight. So if it looked as if Barron disappeared, there were definitely plenty of good reasons for it. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think Melania is an overprotective mom? And what do you think about Donald as a father? Let me know in the comments below.